This video is going to be a real quick refresher on witness list. First, I'm going to talk about who goes in your witness list. Then I'm going to talk about what information should go into the witness list about each person. The first question to answer is, who goes in your witness list? Anyone who has any sort of relevant information that's necessary to prove the case needs to be included in the witness list. And if you have two witnesses that have the same information, include both of them. Don't think just because you can get the information into the CPI or through the neighbor, you don't have to get another witness on there. Let the attorney decide who will be called and who won't be called. Because sometimes down the road, when we're trying to prove the case at trial, some witnesses may not be available, or some witnesses may be less cooperative than others. So the more witnesses we have on the witness list is preferable and can help us down the road. The most important witnesses are eyewitnesses, or witnesses that heard admissions from the parents. Anyone that saw the drug abuse or saw the physical abuse or whatever it might be, those are really critical witnesses to have. Also, anytime a parent has admitted something to someone else, those people are also critically important to the investigation. Oftentimes that's a CPI, but it could be other relatives or other people. If the parent admitted something to a witness, I need that person to come in and testify. If the parent told the neighbor and the neighbor told you, I can't call you as a witness. I need the neighbor. So please place the neighbor on the witness list. I'm saying witness list a lot, but you know what this video is about? Witness list. What goes on a witness list? Well, the first thing needs to go on there is the witness's first and last name. And just about everyone has a first and last name. So please, unless for some reason you're unable to find the information, please include both first and last names. In some obscure, rare circumstances, you might not have that information, we'll talk. But doctors, they have first names. So please make sure you include it. Deputies and police officers, they too have first names. If I'm trying to subpoena Deputy Smith, there may be multiple ones. I don't know which one it is. So please provide their first name. In addition, whenever you are dealing with a deputy or a police officer, go ahead and include the badge number on there. That's really helpful to make sure the subpoena gets to the right person. The next thing that needs to be included is the address. I don't just need that on the witness list because I'm curious where these people live. I need it there so I can send a subpoena to these witnesses. Now, in some rare circumstances, you will come across some witnesses that don't have an address. That doesn't mean you shouldn't include them on your witness list, but you should attempt to find out where they received their mail or where they are generally located at. Identify where these witnesses are located so we can serve them with a subpoena. If we can't serve them with a subpoena, they won't be obligated to show up to court. And if they're not obligated to show up to court, we're going to have an awful hard time trying to prove our case. Why are witnesses so important? Despite what you might see on CSI, or TV shows in general, one of the primary ways we prove our cases is through witness testimony. There's not typically a lot of physical evidence. We may have photos, there may be some reports, but typically we rely on what the witness observed or what the witness heard. That's why it's important to have a really robust witness list, because that is the core of the case and the core of how we're going to prove our case. Even when you have a picture, you still need a witness to come in and say, that picture looks right. That picture is a fair and accurate representation. Also, in dealing with addresses, please make sure you get an actual address where these people work or where they live or wherever it might be. Sometimes we'll get a general headquarters address, but the individual doesn't actually work there. The last thing you need to include about these witnesses is a summary of their testimony. That is very helpful for us to know what is to be expected. And if this is law enforcement, go ahead and include their investigation number, the police report number, whatever the agency is using, so we can provide that on the subpoena. It helps the officer know what it is we're going to be calling them about and what they'll be testifying to. Sometimes it might be a paragraph long, but maybe not. Just provide enough information that we know exactly what's going to be expected. So when we're calling these people and preparing them, we basically know what kind of questions we're going to be asking them, and we know how they fit into the larger case. Don't just say something like domestic violence. You can say something like the neighbor that witnessed the mother and father fighting on December 3rd, 2020. Let's go ahead and recap. When you're making your witness list, if you're not sure if you should include the person or not, go ahead and include them. Make sure you provide a full name, first and last. Make sure you also provide an address, a legal address where the person is likely to be so we can serve them with a subpoena. And lastly, make sure you provide good, detailed information in the witness summary. I hope this is helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out and ask me or any other CLS attorney, and we'll be glad to help you.